Hi, welcome to another episode of Angela Shows You. I know it's been a little bit since I did the last episode. Things have just been kind of crazy. You know how life gets, but here I am back, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about using your Cricut machine. So, we're nearing the end of February, and I see so many posts on some Facebook groups that I'm on about people who have received a Cricut machine for Christmas, or even some people got them from their loved ones for Valentine's Day, and they tend to be a little bit gun shy. They're like, I got this, Cricut machine, but I don't know what to do with it. And some people, they're like, I'm afraid to take it out of the box, I'm afraid to use it. And I am here to tell you that don't be afraid to use your Cricut machine to make some amazing crafts. There are so many incredible things that you can do with your Cricut machine. I've seen people that use their, if depending on the machine that you have, you can etch. So people do like um people do night lights. They buy the light lights at the Dollar Tree, and you can put those on the Cricut Maker and you can etch into them. People do things on wood. You can cut wood. Cricut does have some wood, and then there's other, up to a certain thickness. You can do wood projects on it. You can do leather and faux leather. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the little quarter carriers. So if you shop at Aldi's, you know that you need a quarter to get the shopping cart out of the corral, and then when you return the shopping cart to the corral, you get your quarter back. So I've been seeing people carrying around, ladies sometimes attach them on their purse or whatever, just this cute little quarter holder that so that you always have a quarter handy for when you go to Aldi's to grocery shop. And then you can also cut bonded fabric on your Cricut machine. Of course, some of these you do need a different cutter for the Cricut machine. Like generally a lot of people that cut vinyl and cardstock and whatnot just use the deep cut or the fine point blade. In order to do fabric, you would need a rotary cutter. There's an engraving tip that you would use if you were going to engrave. There's even like an embossing tool. So if you're doing paper crafting, you could do some embossing on your paper crafting. And then there's even like a scorer that you can use as well. So there's all kinds of different things that you can do with your Cricut. And then in addition to cutting a variety of materials as well, Cricut also has infusible ink. So you can do a tire, or you could do mugs and bags and all kinds of things like that you could use infusible ink on. And they also have markers, so you could do mugs, you could do cards or invitations, and then they have pens and markers that you can use to, especially some people, maybe you don't have the best penmanship, you could use the Cricut machine and you could do invitations. I've seen a lot of people do them for either graduations or baby showers and weddings, and they cut, you can cut on the cardstock and you can cut out the intricate designs and then feed it back through, and you can print on them with the beautiful pens and markers that Cricut has. So there are so many options of things that you can do with your Cricut machine. So don't be afraid. If you got a Cricut machine for Christmas, take it out of the box. We're going into March. You've got St. Patrick's Day coming and Easter coming, and summertime will be here hopefully eventually. So There's lots of things that you can do. Last year, one of the craft shows that I went to, I used my Cricut machine and I cut out vinyl. I used the heat transfer vinyl and I cut out funny sayings, because one show that I was in was right before Father's Day, and I sold a ton of those shirts that people bought to give as gifts for Father's Day. So one of the things that I wanted to do today was not just talk about the Cricut machine, but Cricut also, every month they come out with this box that they call a mystery box, and the box contents change every month, and I ordered the February mystery box from Cricut. So generally the mystery boxes are between 40 and I think they're $40 and $60. Some of them come with the cute little Cricut thing. They're called Cricut Cuties. I don't buy the mystery boxes for the little cuties. I've got a gold one that I have out because, I mean, they are kind of cute. And there will be one in the box that I got. But the mystery boxes are fun because they have an assortment of different products. Like I said, they change them every month. They're usually some sort of theme, so they can be a really fun thing to get. And then they're a mystery, so you don't always know exactly what it is that you're going to get in the box, unless of course you find a Facebook group that they spill the beans before, before you get your box. So all that being said, my box came a couple days ago. You can see it's still taped up, and I did that because I wanted to do this video and I wanted to share with you guys the unboxing of the mystery box. So in order to be eligible to get the mystery box, I do believe that you have to live in the United States or Canada. I also think that, I know that in order to be able to to order a mystery box, you have to be a Cricut Access member. So if you are new to one of the Cricut machines, when you got your machine, if you haven't taken out of the box yet, there's a registration card that's in there, and you will go to the Cricut website and you'll register your machine. And then of course that tells them who bought the machine, the date of the purchase, and then it helps. So if you have a problem, then they have your information there on file. They can look it up because you give the model number and all that good stuff, and then you'll have an option. It is optional. I think you get like 1 month for free when you first register a new machine on the Cricut website, but I believe you get 1 month for free of Cricut Access. So in order to use your Cricut machine, you know that you have to use their software. Well, you don't have to use their software. Other people use other software, I think, to create images. But in order to actually use your Cricut, you have to use their software called Cricut Design Space. Design Space itself is free. And you do get the ability to use a bunch of fonts and images that are included for free. Then there's also, though, the option to purchase a subscription. It's like $10 a month. It's like $9.99, and it automatically renews every month unless you cancel it. But the Cricut Access then gives you so much more content in that library. So and they have all kinds of things in there that if you want to cut, if you're doing regular vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, if you're doing print then cut, so if you're doing something using the process known as sublimation, you can print something on your printer and then send it to the machine to cut it. And the images, I mean, there's thousands that are on there. So the Cricut Access that is optional is $10 a month. You get a lot more fonts and you get a lot more images from the Design Space library. There have been a couple things that I've purchased, and I think it's more licensed things. So like there was a Disney font that I was interested in, and I paid for that. It was like $3 or something like that. And then once you buy it though, it's yours. So that's nice. And then also, if you are the Cricut Access subscriber, then there's also extra discounts. So if you want supplies, you can order them from the Cricut website. And a lot of times I have found that like Michael's and Joann's and Hobby Lobby, Walmart I know has some Cricut stuff. Even Target has some Cricut stuff. But I have found that if I order things on the Cricut website, they're usually better prices than the retail prices in the stores, because you know that if you have a Michael's or a Joann's, like the coupons, you usually can't use the coupons on Cricut products. But if you go on the Cricut website, you can shop, and I have found a lot of prices really good. They have clearance items and sale items on Cricut stuff. And then if you order $50, I don't know if this is true if you don't subscribe to Cricut Access, but once you hit $50, then shipping is free. So in order to get back to the mystery box, in order to be able to order a mystery box from Cricut, you have to be a Cricut Access member. So the mystery boxes are nice because, like I said, they're in the range around $50. You get way more value than the $50 that you pay for these boxes. I want to say, I've only gotten maybe 6 of them. I don't go out of my way most months unless I see something, like if I see this, oh my goodness, all of a sudden I'm seeing this amazing thing. I don't go out of my way to search for them because they seem like to be dropped pretty random. Some months I've heard that they'll drop 2 mystery boxes. So every once in a while, if I have $50 extra and I'm like maybe running low on supplies, or maybe I want to try a new project or whatever, I might look and see. So I did look in February, and they had the mystery box and it was still available. Some months they sell out really fast, and I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I think some months they got a whole lot of hype and they sell out really fast, and then other months I've looked at them and I've hemmed and hawed and I've gone back a week later and they're still there. So I don't know. Today is February 24th. It's Saturday, February 24th. And like I said, I just got this box. I think it came on Thursday. So Wednesday or Thursday. So it was still available as of the other day. I don't know if the February box is still available today or not. But then, of course, there will be a box in March at some point in the month of March. I would imagine that the March box will probably have, I don't know if it'll have St. Patrick's Day themed stuff in it, because Easter is also in March this year. So I don't know if the box will be St. Patrick's Day themed or if it'll be Easter themed, or it might be a combination of both. I mean, it's a mystery. That's why it's called a mystery box. You don't really know what is going to be in it. I do know, like, at Christmas time, though, the boxes were like, Christmas themed, like November and December. I think the boxes definitely had the red and green, gold. So paper out of the box. So here's the box. I'm going to just move you. Okay. So here's the box. So it came with a wine bag blank. This is good for infusible ink, which did include purple infusible ink. So you could, look on in Cricut Design Space, you could look and see if there's an image in there that you like. You don't have to use purple. That I have a whole thing that this little thing here is all full of different, and if you're not familiar with infusible ink, then I suppose it might be helpful to show you what I'm talking about. So I've got a whole bunch of the infusible inks. This one's a variety pack. And it shows you what's in it. So it's got this blue and purple marbly, a solid, well, it's not really solid, purple and like a real deep burgundy, orange and pink, and then kind of this orangey and cream and green. And then I also kind of got the same thing. This is actually beautiful. I cut something using this blue and it was gorgeous. I was pleasantly surprised. This one is just red and black buffalo check and then a piece of black. So the mystery box came with purple. Now I want to say, I do believe that the infusible ink is like $14.99. So we've got $15 in the infusible ink, and how convenient that I had one blank spot in that box to put that. I made a couple of things, so I used up some of the infusible ink. It's paper. Okay. So it came with the bag. I have no idea, honestly. I would imagine they're probably $7 to $10, something like that. The wine bag blank. So if you're going to use infusible ink, you put the colored side of the paper. You know what? I would have to look. I think that the colored side goes up, but you mirror I know you have to mirror your design when you cut it. And I believe that the colored side goes up, but don't take my word on that. Double check. But I think infusible ink goes colored side up, whereas if you're cutting something with the heat transfer vinyl, it actually, the vinyl part goes down and you still mirror the image. But infusible ink, you need a high heat source. You can of course use the Cricut Easy Press, the iron. I have a heat press that I use because I was finding for myself that I wasn't always pressing. So if I was doing an image like this flag, I was pressing, but for some reason I wasn't pressing hard enough, like in the center, so the outsides of my image would be beautiful, and then like I didn't have enough pressure in the middle of it, so the middle would have a like a little bit of a faded look, I guess. So I got a heat press. I ordered it on Amazon, and my husband bought it for me for Christmas a couple years ago. And it's nice because it's even pressure, and you want even pressure when you're using this because you want your whole design, you know, you want it to be the same color saturation throughout. So many people are just fine. It just was something that I was finding for myself. I'm pressing down, but you have to be very careful, especially with the infusible ink is more important. You don't want to move your iron, whatever heat source you're using. You don't want to, some people when they're ironing on heat transfer, you can move it a little bit, you know, kind of massage it on or whatever. When you're doing infusible ink, you don't want to move it because you don't want to risk, even if you have it, the image taped down onto whatever blanket is that you're using, a bag, one of these, a t-shirt, something. You don't want to move it because you don't want your transfer that has that ink on it, you don't want to move it because it will do what they call ghosting. The image will shift and you'll have a funny little shadow. So when you're using infusible ink, you need to press and you have to hold it steady. Don't shift your easy press or iron or whatever it is that you're using, because you could end up with kind of a shifted looking image. So I hope that helps you. So anyway, this. They also included black. Oh, no, this, okay. This is a sample pack. It has black, white, and red vinyl. This one's removable. They sent a hot pink iron-on. A permanent glossy. This is a variety pack also. This one has pink, blue, purple, yellow. Well, that one must be a green, a blue, and like a lavender. So usually these are like $15 or $17, I think, the variety packs. And they also sent a variety pack of like the shimmery. This is vinyl, but this one has gold, white, silver, and black in it. And then they sent a metallic mosaic iron-on as well, in gold. And these are kind of nice because, you know, the front will give you some ideas. They do on the back too. They'll give you a little bit of an idea of what it will look like when it's on whatever it is that you're making. So like on this one, it looks like they probably, I've seen these cute little mailboxes. They're almost like a little gift box. I've seen them at craft shows before, and I think I've even seen them like at Walmart or Target, especially around the holiday time. So it looks like they just took a little gift box, mailbox, and then they cut something out using the vinyl. This one looks like little flowers, but you could do, you know, if you were using one of these as a gift box, you could put the recipient's name on it, or, you know, if they have something that they really like, because this is something that is functional that could be used past that. And then, so they also sent a package of cardstock, 20 sheets, 12 by 12, and it said this is all black cardstock. And then of course their little cutie thing. This is cute. This is a kind of like a hot pink color or whatever. It says Cricut on the back. Pink lemonade is the color. So that's the Cricut mystery box. Like I said, they send a variety every month. It seems like this box, you know, it has the pinks and it had the purple and black. So was kind of, I don't want to say Valentine's, but you know, kind of a little Valentine-y with the pink in it, but then kind of spring too, because you've got the lighter colors. We had the purple, we've got the pink vinyls here, we've got the golds. So, you know, these would be really pretty to make something if you were doing something up in Easter, because they're nice pastel Easter colors. You know, like this one is the variety pack that's all pastel. So this is all Easter colors. So I will say I was at a crafters event couple weeks ago, and I do want to point out, if you're new to Cricut, I was talking to a few people who were new to Cricut, and I wanted to point out, because she bought something from me and she didn't realize exactly what it was that she bought. So I had to kind of walk her through a little bit. This is what you can use this for. So if you're new, just watch when you're at the store and take a look at what it is. I think the lady, I think she bought vinyl, but she thought that it was heat transfer vinyl. So this one says that it's permanent glossy. This one says Sport Flex Iron On. And the things that I had that I was selling were all new in the package. So they were definitely, they're clearly marked. So this one says that it's a metallic iron on. So just be careful, because you never know at the stores. People pick things up and they put them back, and they don't always put them back in the right spot. They see pink and they put it in pink, and they got iron on when they were reaching, they thought that they were reaching for pink regular vinyl. So just, you know, always take a double look, but they're all, you know, I think Cricut does, you know, a pretty good job of just indicating, and you'll notice like this, you know, they even have them packaged differently as well. The iron-ons, you know, some of them do, like they'll say they got the purple strip around what they are. And then just keep in mind too that there's also removable vinyl in addition to the permanent vinyl. So I can't speak to the temporariness of the removable vinyl. I've used removable vinyl a couple years ago. I printed out some Christmas decorations that I was putting on my screen door, and I cut out all my decorations in, you know, white and red and green, and I put them on the screen door, and I left them up for about 6 weeks, like, you know, through the Christmas holiday. I had a terrible time removing the removable vinyl off of the door. It was like baked on there. And I'm sure, you know, it's probably because the sun was shining and then it was cold, so I'm sure that in between sun beating on it and then the cold, I was like, this is removable vinyl, because it was very, very difficult to remove. Now I've heard people that put removable vinyl on their vehicles, and some people say, it comes right off. So maybe it depends on, it probably may have something to do with the climate where you live, and how long you have it on there for too. But I would, if you're going to do something like that, I would suggest cutting something small, maybe trying it out in an inconspicuous area, and leave it for a day or two or whatever, and then try it and see, how well does it peel off, especially, depending on what it is that you're going to do. And then, of course, if you're using it in your car windows, just be careful that you don't cover up too much of your window where you really need to see. I know some towns and some states can be sticklers for where you have bumper stickers or whatever in your windows. If they think that it's obstructing the view, I wouldn't want to see anybody get a ticket. So that's the Cricut mystery box. This was definitely valued way more than the $50 that I paid for it. It came with 5 tubes of various vinyls, which are anywhere between, like 8 and, like I said, I think usually these ones are a little bit more, so $16, $17. So, I mean, they've got the $50 pretty much right there in the 5 tubes of the vinyl. Then the cardstock, the bag, and the thing of the purple infusible ink. Now, one of the mystery boxes that I got it did come with cardstock, and it also came with some of the Cricut markers. It came with some of the tools, and the tools are, $15, $20 by themselves if you get the weeder and the scraper and all of those. So they're definitely, if you are a Cricut Access member, they are definitely a good value, and they can be a nice way if you're newer to Cricut and maybe you just want to give a few things a try. These come with the variety, so they're nice to try out different things and see what it is that you might want to hone in on and specialize in with your Cricut machine. So I hope that this helps you. I hope that you will give me a thumbs up and subscribe to Angela Shows You if you haven't already. We are going to be doing a video on that little Aldi coin holder, and I have a couple other things that I would like to share with everybody as far as learning tutorials. So I will see you next time.